from the Yoga Sutras. So 3 ohms. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu together. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. Twice more. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. In English, may all beings everywhere be happy and free. And may the thoughts, words, and actions of my own life contribute in some small way to that happiness and to that freedom for all. Loka. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. Once more. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. Now look over at page 43. We're going to chant. This what we'll do is call and response. Yama, the yamas. Yama means restriction. 2.30. And I'll break it down word for word and then put it together, okay? Ahimsa, ahimsa, satya, satya, asteya, asteya, brahmacharya, brahmacharya, aparigraha, aparigraha, yamaha, yamaha. Okay, so we see a couple of vowels coming into contact with each other. So satya, asteya, brahmacharya, aparigraha. Those are called sandhis, not sandy, sandhi. And when two vowels come together, the second vowel becomes silent. So it would be ahimsa, satya, steya, brahmacharya, parigraha, yamaha. So the second one, when they meet, the second one just becomes silent. Does that make sense? Okay. So let's try that. Ahimsa, satya, steya, brahmacharya, parigraha, yamaha. Together. Ahimsa, satya, steya, brahmacharya, parigraha, yamaha. So we're focused on Loka Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu, and we're really looking at. There's a lot. The essay this month is multidimensional. Every time I read it, I go, "Oh my God!" I could put so many things you could talk about into this. One, the idea of accepting responsibility for one's actions. That is a key to the yoga practice. That you cannot blame your actions on somebody else, nor can you take on the responsibility of anybody else's actions. In other words, you can't make anybody do anything. You can make suggestions to them, but you're not responsible for them. Your actions are your actions alone. In fact, I would even say that if you're deep in the yoga tradition, and sometimes you get into guru connections with teachers and gurus, sometimes gurus say, oh, I can burn off your karmas and that kind of stuff. They're faking you. Your action is your action. If you do something bad and your guru burns off your karmas, the police is still going to come after you. Okay, the guru can't take away your karma. Okay, so don't think that can happen. Then the idea of toxic guilt and toxic shame. Like, what are toxic guilt and toxic shame? In yoga, we talk a lot about letting go of guilt and shame. However, we need to be clear. We're letting go of toxic guilt and shame, the kind of shame and the kind of toxicity that society makes us feel bad because of dogmatic religious ideas or concepts that are happening out there that are saying that I should be ashamed of something I didn't do, right? I didn't have anything to do with it. Like, I think that one of the worst things that's happened throughout history is the idea of the misogyny that's been created by many religions, especially within the Abrahamic tradition, because Eve ate an apple, right? That becomes a kind of toxic guilt and shame that you didn't have anything to do with that. So why are you blaming all women for like the pain and the suffering of humanity? That's silly, right? But we do that kind of thing as humans. We love putting blame on somebody else and not taking responsibility for our own actions, personal responsibility. But when we talk about personal responsibility, there is healthy guilt and shame. And healthy guilt and shame are needed, right? Healthy guilt is when I do something wrong and I know I'm wrong, I feel guilty about it. I feel bad. So that healthy guilt gives me a moral compass. Listen, we're watching people who don't have that right now operate in the world on a global scale, that they have no moral compass and they don't feel guilty for anything they say or do. They're not even ashamed of it. Like, they're not embarrassed. Like, shame is a kind of embarrassment that I'm like, wow, I'm really embarrassed I even did that. Like, I'm not going to do it again. That actually kind of gives me a buffer to set in motion these yamas and niyamas that we chanted from Patanjali, because Patanjali is saying, look, you shouldn't, he says to you, you have these kleshas that you're born with. Know that everybody's born with them. They're misinformation or misidentification, the ego, attachment to pleasure, hatred and anger, and then a fear of death. He says, these 5 things, you got to get over them. Know that all humans have them because that's the way the mind works, but they're not something you're guilty of. You just have that baggage because you're human. But to help overcome them, now you got to see how those 5 kleshas cause you to react negatively in the world. And he says, 1, it causes you to be himsic. Anytime there's an A in front of a Sanskrit word, ahimsa, A means away from. Himsa just means to cause violence or violation or harm. So a yogi wants to be ahimsic. I'm trying to practice ahimsa, not himsa anymore. I know that when I'm being harmful to others, my guilt and my shame are triggered and I'm embarrassed by my actions, or I should be, unless I'm a sociopath, right? Satya, being truthful. Stop lying. But also don't use the truth as a weaponization against other beings, right? Don't use the truth to hurt them, because then that's being himsic again. So when you talk about satya is truthfulness. It's going to be mutually beneficial for the both of us. It's not a one-sided truth, right? Then asteya means to take or steal. Asteya, away from it. Don't take what's not yours. Stop. And that could, a lot of times, like when I say all the time, well, first thing you think about is steya is you think about stealing, material stuff, money or something that you can touch. But think about how you can steal somebody's dream. Like that's what's happening now. People's dreams are being taken away. Their hope are being taken away. It's being stolen from them. And that's a much more toxic kind of like harm than taking like, a pen from a bank, and like not feeling guilty about it. Oh, my pen, okay, it's just a pen. That's a pen. Nobody, the bank can get another pen. Okay. Brahmacharya, restricting sexual energy. Doesn't mean you need to become a nun or a monk, but it is saying, hey, look, like when your sexual energy is given in the wrong direction, it's toxic, it's harmful. If it's unwelcomed, it's harmful, and so don't, watch it, control it. And then finally, a parigraha, stop gripping and grasping. Let go of like, the things that aren't working anymore. Take on things that are working. Don't kind of hang on to stuff when you're not there. But these yamas are just like what Sharon's talking about, thoughts, words, and actions. And Patanjali's saying the same thing. He's saying, monitor your thoughts, your words, and your actions, and make them uplifting for other beings, not just a one-sidedness. And this we will see over and over and over and over again in all of the yoga teachings throughout history. It's not just once in a while, it's over and over and over and over and over again. Control your actions. You are responsible for your actions. If you want a happier, better world, create that happier, better world. Fold up the chant books. Come onto the hands and knees. Bring the hands underneath the shoulders and knees underneath the hips. Tuck the toes under, push the seat back to the heels, and lift the knees up, downward facing dog. If you don't want, I'm not going to say that today. If you don't want to assist today, raise a leg and down dog split. Thank you. Because I forgot my lotion, so I'm not even going to put them on. So connect to your Ujjayi pranayama. Let's set a metronome for the breath today. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, engage Mula Bandha. Lift up at the pelvic floor. Keep that lift through the whole practice today. Inhale. Exhale, 1. Inhale. Exhale, 2. Inhale. Exhale, 3. Inhale. Exhale, 4. Inhale. Exhale, 5. On the inhale, come forward to a plank. And exhale, the knees, the chest, the chin to the earth. Inhale, press into the hands, lift the chest, slide forward, cobra. Exhale, tuck the toes under, push the seat back onto the heels, lift the knees up, downward facing dog. Good. Inhale, soften the knees, slowly walk the feet toward the hands. Keep the feet about hips width distance apart. Keep the hands about 6 to 8 inches in front of the feet. Press the palms down, let the head be heavy. Modified Uttanasana. Blocks are welcomed. Inhale. Exhale, 1. Inhale. Exhale, 2. Inhale. Exhale, 3. Inhale. Exhale, 4. Inhale. Exhale, 5. Soften the knees. Step the feet out as wide as the mat. The heels are going to be on the mat. Toes are going to be on the bamboo floor. Come down to a squat. You can sit on a block if you want to. That's perfectly fine. Press out with the forearm. Squeeze in with the knees. And press up into me. Inhale. Grow a little taller. Exhale, 1. Inhale. Exhale, 2. Inhale. Exhale, 3. Inhale. Exhale, 4. Take your hand, put it right on top of the head instead of pulling back, and tell her to push up into you. Exhale, 4. See, that's what you want without pulling her back. Exhale, 5. On the inhale, place the hands on the floor. Lift the hips. Heel toe the feet together to the big toes and heels touch, or the heels and the bunions. Then bring the hands to the waist, elbows pointing up toward the ceiling. With straight legs. On the inhale, lift up and arch back. Move the hips forward a little bit, coming into a little bit of back bend. And then come back to center with the shoulders over the hips. Reach the arms up alongside the ears. Reach over with the left hand, grab the right wrist. Give the right arm a little pull. And then exhale, side bend over to the left. Inhale. Exhale, 1. Inhale. Exhale, 2. Inhale. Exhale, 3. Inhale. Exhale, 4. Inhale. Exhale, 5. Inhale, lift back up to center. Release the grip. Switch hands. Right hand grabs left wrist. Give the left arm a little pull. And then exhale, side bend over to the right. Inhale. Exhale, 1. Inhale. Exhale, 2. Inhale. Exhale, 3. Inhale. Exhale, 4. Inhale. Exhale, 5. Inhale, lift back up to center. And exhale, let the hands float down by the side of the body, Tadasana Mountain Seat. Bring the hands together in undulating mudra. Close the eyes and set a higher intention for the practice today. So I think a wonderful higher intention for this month is to become more aware of thoughts, words, and actions. And try to cultivate them so they uplift the lives of others instead of put them down. It's a wonderful higher intention, and we all should work on it, no matter where we are in our yoga sadhana. And exhale, hands by the side. Tadasana.
Inhale, lift your hand forwards. Exhale, up, forward. Exhale, Uttanasana. Inhale, so bend forward. Exhale, lift halfway up. Inhale, jump back. Exhale, jump back. Inhale, chaturanga. Exhale, up, downward facing dog. Inhale, exhale 1. Inhale, exhale 2. Inhale, exhale 3. Inhale, exhale 4. Inhale, exhale, prepare. Jump back. Inhale, extend hand forwards. Exhale, Tadasana. Inhale, extend hand forward. Exhale, Uttanasana, bend forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, jump forward, Chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, exhale 1. Inhale, exhale 2. Inhale, exhale 3. Inhale, exhale 4. Inhale, exhale, bend knees, prepare. Inhale, jump forward. Exhale, Uttanasana. Inhale, extend arm forward. Exhale, Tadasana. And now, third one on your own. Or I can guide you. Inhale, extend arm forward. Exhale, Uttanasana. Bend forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, jump back, Chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, exhale 1. Inhale, exhale 2. Inhale, exhale 3. Inhale, exhale, bend knees, prepare. Inhale, jump forward. Exhale, Uttanasana. Inhale, extend arm forward. Exhale, Tadasana. Inhale, Utkatasana, lift up, arms lift up, Utkatasana. Exhale, Uttanasana. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, jump back. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, right foot come forward, left heel down. Warrior one. Inhale, exhale, plank. Chaturanga. Exhale, inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, left foot come forward, right heel down. Warrior one. Exhale, Chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, exhale one. Inhale, exhale two. Inhale, exhale three. Inhale, exhale four. Inhale, exhale, prepare, jump forward. Exhale, Uttanasana. Inhale, Utkatasana. Yeah. Sorry. Exhale, Tadasana. Inhale, chair pose. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, jump backward. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, right foot come forward. Exhale, lift up, warrior one. No. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, left foot come forward, right heel down. Warrior one. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, exhale one. Inhale, exhale two. Inhale, exhale three. Inhale, exhale four. Inhale, exhale, bend knees prepared. Exhale, jump forward. Inhale, now exhale, Uttanasana, forward fold. Exhale, Utkatasana, chair pose. And exhale, Tadasana.
Straight legs. Comes in front of you, raise the arms up alongside the ears and arch back. Exhale, bend the knees, take the arms behind back, clasp hands together in a fist, straighten arms and legs. Inhale, bend knees, place hands down next to feet, step right foot back into a lunge, looking forward. Exhale, left foot back, downward facing dog. Inhale, coming forward to plank. Exhale, chaturanga dandasana. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. This. Inhale, come forward to a plank. And exhale, the knees, the chest, the chin to the earth. Inhale, slide forward, Bhujangasana. Exhale, tuck toes under, seat to heels, downward facing dog. On the inhale, right foot forward. Exhale, left foot meets right, fold over legs. Inhale, bend knees, hook thumbs, stand up, straighten legs, and arch back. Exhale, bend knees, take arms behind back, clasp hands together in a fist, straighten. Inhale, bend knees, hands down next to feet, left foot back. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, come forward to plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, come forward to plank. Exhale, knees, chest, and chin. Inhale, slide forward, cobra. Exhale, tuck toes under, seat to heels, downward dog. On the inhale, left foot forward. Exhale, right foot meets left fold. Inhale, bend knees, hook thumbs, stand up, straighten legs, arch back. Exhale, hands by the side to Tadasana, mountain seat. On the inhale, bend knees, awkward seat, chair seat. Notice I did it in English. Exhale, put hands on floor, straighten legs. Inhale, lift head and chest halfway. Exhale, jump back, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. On the inhale, right foot forward, left heel down, come up, warrior one. Exhale, opening arms and hips, warrior two. Inhale, extending. Exhale, reaching toward the windows, pulling left hip back, right hand down, left arm lifts. Triangle Trikonasana. Inhale. Exhale, one. Inhale. Exhale, two. Inhale. Exhale, three. Inhale. Exhale, four. Inhale. Exhale, five. Inhale, lift all the way up to stand. Then exhale, bend the right knee, warrior two. Inhale, Addie, move your right foot forward. Exhale, two. Don't move the back foot. Inhale. Exhale, three. Better. Inhale. Exhale, four. Inhale. Exhale, five. On the inhale, extend the right leg, one breath. Exhale, bend the right knee, right hand outside right foot. Inhale, left arm toward the windows, looking into the left palm, extended angle. So as you do that, you want to move the right knee a little bit to the right. Exhale, one, so don't let it collapse to the left so much. Exhale, two. Inhale. Exhale, three. Inhale. Exhale, four. Inhale. Exhale, five. On the inhale, place the left hand down. Exhale, step back to a downward facing dog. On the inhale, stepping left foot forward, right heel turns down, warrior one. Exhale, open up arms and hips, warrior two. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, reaching to the left, left hand down, right arm lifts, triangle. Exhale, one. Inhale. Exhale, two. Notice how that hand's causing you to forward. Yeah. Exhale, three. Inhale. Exhale, four. Inhale. Exhale, five. Inhale, lifting all the way up. Exhale, bend the left knee, warrior two. Good on this side, better. Inhale. Exhale, one. Just pull the shoulders back a little. Exhale, two. Inhale. Exhale, three. Inhale. Exhale, four. Inhale. Exhale, five. Inhale, extend. And then exhale, rebend. Left hand down, outside left foot. Inhale, right arm reaches toward the windows, looking into the right palm. Moving the left knee a little bit toward the left arm and the left hip back toward the right heel. Exhale, one. Inhale. Exhale, two. Inhale. Exhale, three. Inhale. Exhale, four. Inhale. Exhale, five. On the inhale, place the right hand down. Exhale, stepping back to a downward facing dog again. Good for you. On the inhale, step the right foot forward in between the hands. Exhale, drop to the left knee. Inhale, lift the torso up, arms alongside the ears, high like a lunge. And then exhale, hands together in prayer and twist over to the right. Left arm on the outside of the right thigh. Now, take a moment, lift the sternum to meet the thumb instead of the thumbs to meet the right armpit. Then, if you're stable, lift the left knee off the floor, extending the left leg. Standing spinal twist. And here again, you want to be stable as you do that. You can lift up. I'm here to spot you now. Exhale, one. Good. Inhale. So lift and lower there. Exhale, two. There it is. Exhale, three. Inhale. Exhale, four. Inhale. Exhale, five. Good. On your inhale, come back to center. Put your hands on the floor. Frame the right foot. Blocks are needed. Use them. Inhale, extend the right leg. Move the left foot forward until the heel is on the ground. And here, you're not opening your left hip. We kind of close the hips. You should be able to put a teacup on your sacrum and not spill any tea. And you know how I love to spill the tea. Inhale, lift the head and chest. Come to a flat back. Exhale, bring the hands to the waist. Elbows pointing up toward the ceiling. Pressing into your feet. Lift up and arch back by pressing down into the earth. Good for you. Then exhale, come back to center with the shoulders over the hips. Here again, you're stable. You're not on a tightrope. Bring the hands behind the back. Clasp the hands together in a fist. Roll the shoulders back. Squeeze a little bit in the scapula toward the spine. On the inhale, lift up and arch back and draw energy up the front of the right leg. Now exhale, fold forward over the right leg and center the torso down the center of the right leg. Keep pulling the right hip back, the left hip forward. In this deep forward fold, breathe into the back. Inhale. Exhale, 1. Inhale. Exhale, 2. Inhale. Exhale, 3. Inhale. Exhale, 4. Inhale. Exhale, 5. On the inhale, lift the head and chest halfway. Find your balance. Exhale here. Inhale, press into the feet. Lift up and arch back with stability. Good. Then exhale, come back to upright and step the left foot forward next to the right, releasing the hands to Dasana mountain seat. On the inhale, bend the left knee into the chest, okay? Give the left knee a hug with both hands, all right? Now, as you hug the left knee into the chest, bend your right knee a little bit. Wrap your left leg in front of the right. Bring your left foot behind the calf. So you're squeezing your legs together in what's called a brahmacharya. Then reach your arms out to the side. Then bring the left arm forward. Sorry, the left arm forward. Bend the left elbow. Bring the right arm underneath the left, and then bring the hands together. Yep. Now hinge at your hip crease, set a little lower in the hips, as if you're in a chair seat. And then bring the elbow in front of the knees. Yeah, so you got a little bit of the chair going on, and a little bit of the eagle going on now. Exhale, 1. Inhale, good for you. Exhale, 2. So here's the assist to this. Beth said in my lap. Exhale, 3, just sit down. There you go. Exhale, 4, there's the assist. Have them sit in your lap. Exhale, 4. Inhale. Exhale, 5. On the inhale, lift the torso up, bring the left knee into the chest, step the left foot on the floor. Then inhale, open up the arms like wings, give the shoulders a break, roll out the shoulders. And exhale, hands by the side to Dasana mountain seat. On the inhale, bend the knees, Utkatasana, awkward seat. Exhale, put the hands on the floor, extend the legs, Uttanasana. Inhale, halfway lift, Adva Uttanasana. Exhale, jump back, Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. On the inhale, step the left foot forward in between the hands. Exhale, drop to the right knee. Lift the torso up, arms alongside the ears. Addie, move this knee forward a little bit. That may be why you're losing your balance. So move it up just a little bit. Then bring the hands together in prayer. Twist over to the left. Right arm on the outside of the left thigh. Now, tuck the right toes under. Lift the right knee up. Yeah, see, not as bad. Too far back and you're like collapsing your hip. Exhale, 1. Inhale. Exhale, 2. Inhale. Exhale, 3. Inhale. Exhale, 4. Inhale. Exhale, 5. And then I'll come back to center. Put your hands on the floor. Frame your left foot. Inhale, extend the left leg. Bump the right foot straight forward till the heel is on the ground. You're not on a tightrope. You're stable. Look up halfway. Bring your hands to the waist. Elbows pointing up to the ceiling. With straight legs, press into the feet. Lift up and arch back, drawing energy up the front of the left leg. Then exhale, come to upright with the shoulders over the hips, cranial over sacral. Clasp the hands together in a fist behind the back. Roll the shoulders back, opening up the front of the chest. Inhale, lift up and arch back. Now exhale, fold forward. As you fold forward, bring the torso down the center of the left leg. Keep pushing energy through the back of the right thigh. Breathing, inhale. Exhale, 1. Inhale. Exhale, 2. Inhale. Exhale, 3. Inhale. Exhale, 4. Inhale. Exhale, 5. Pressing in the feet. Inhale, lift up and arch back, pulling energy up the front of the leg. Good. Don't bend the knees to do that. Good. Come back to center with the shoulders over the hips. Step the right foot forward next to the left and release the hands to Dasana, mountain seat. On the inhale, bend the right knee into the chest. Give the right knee a good hug with both hands. Now put a soft bend in your left knee. Wrap the right leg in front of the left leg. Hook your right foot behind your left calf. Then open up your arms. Then bring your right arm forward. Bend your right elbow. Bring your left arm underneath the right. Get the hands together. Now sit lower in your seat like a chair and fold forward, bringing the elbow in front of the knee. Good for you. Now sit in my lap bed. There you go. Inhale. Exhale, 1. Inhale. Good. Exhale, 2. Inhale. Exhale, 3. Inhale. Exhale, 4. Inhale. Exhale, 5. On the inhale, lift up as you bring the right knee into the chest. Exhale, place the right foot on the floor. Inhale, open the arms. Exhale, let the arms float down the side of the body and just roll out the shoulders a little bit. Good for you. On the inhale, bend the knees, Utkatasana, awkward seat. Exhale, place the hands down, extend the legs, Uttanasana. Inhale, halfway lift, Adva Uttanasana. Exhale, step or jump back, Chaturanga Dandasana, your choice. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. On the inhale, lift the right leg up into a down dog split. Bring the right knee into the chest. Bring the shoulders over the wrists. Move the right knee a little toward your left hand. Lay the outside of your right leg on the ground, sending your left leg back, coming into a pigeon on the right. If you need to, please put a little blanket underneath your right hip. Put a block underneath your right hip. All is good. But you do want to be grounded in your right hip. It's not a balancing asana. It's a forward fold. That's why you're going to ground. Lift the head and chest. Energetically pull the right hip back. Then exhale, fold over the right bent knee. Good. Breathe into the right hip in the back. That's where your target area is. Inhale. Exhale, 1. Inhale. Exhale, 2. Inhale. Exhale, 3. Inhale. Exhale, 4. Inhale. Exhale, 5. Let's go for 8. Inhale. Exhale, 6. Inhale. Exhale, 7. Inhale. Exhale, 8. Inhale, lift the head and chest. Now this is so easy. I'm going to push in my hands. I'm going to lift my hips and I'm going to bring my left knee to the outside of my right knee. And then I'm going to sit down in between my ankles or my heels and go Mukhasana. Isn't that easy? On your inhale, lift your arms out to the side. Bring your right arm forward, bend your right elbow, right leg's on top, the left arm underneath the right, and bring your arms together in an eagle's arms. So now we got cow face legs and eagle arms. So that means it's a holy cow because it's got wings. On the inhale, lift the head and chest. And exhale, fold forward and bring the elbows in front of the knees. In holy cow. Exhale, 1. Inhale. Exhale, 2. Good. Inhale. Exhale, 3. Inhale. Exhale, 4. Inhale. Exhale, 5. Inhale. Exhale, 6. Inhale. Exhale, 7. Inhale. Exhale, 8. On the inhale, lift the head and chest. Now, open up the arms like wings. And then lower the arms by the side of the body. Now, lift the right knee up and plant the right foot flat on the floor on the outside of the left leg. So now you just change the position of the hip, really, but you're in Adva Matsyendrasana, right? Now it's a seated spinal twist. Lift the left arm up and then twist over to the right. Look over the right shoulder. Yep. Breathe. Inhale. Exhale 1. Inhale. Exhale 2. Inhale. Exhale 3. Inhale. Exhale 4. Inhale. Exhale 5. Good. Inhale. Come back to center line. And exhale, counter twist a little. Inhale, come center. And exhale, swing the right leg around. Step back to a downward facing dog. So easy. On the inhale, lift the left leg up into a down dog split. And then exhale, bring the left knee into the chest, shoulders over wrists. Move the left knee toward the right hand. Put the left thigh, outside of the left thigh on the floor. Send the right leg back, coming into a pigeon. Here again, you know, you're not balancing, so you want to be grounded so your hips are even. So put a little blanket underneath the left hip if you need to, or block. I don't care. But you don't want to collapse over to the left. Inhale, lift the head and chest. And then exhale, fold, bring the arms out in front of you. And here again, breathing. Inhale. Exhale 1. Inhale. Exhale 2. Inhale. Exhale 3. Inhale. Exhale 4. Inhale. Exhale 5. Inhale. Exhale 6. Inhale. Exhale 7. So let me show you how to do this better and more effectively. Okay? Here and here. But if you grab here, that's weird. That's inhale, lift the head and chest, walk the hands back. Now, if you got a little prop underneath you, you're going to move it, lift the hips, and then bring the right knee behind the left, coming into Gomukhasana. So to slide your right leg forward behind your left knee. Yeah, squeezing your legs together. There you go. And then lift the arms out to the side like wings. Then bring the left arm forward, bend the left elbow, bring the right arm underneath the left. Bring the hands together. Now lift up through the sternum. And then exhale, fold forward and bring the elbows in front of the knees. Coming into holy cow. Inhale. Exhale 1. Inhale. Exhale 2. Inhale. Exhale 3. Inhale. Exhale 4. Inhale. Exhale 5. Inhale. Exhale 6. Inhale. Exhale 7. Go for where I am. Exhale 8. Inhale. And that will ground her and even it out where you wanted to go. Exhale 4. Start always with the grounding. Exhale 8. Good. Inhale. Lift the head and chest. Open up the arms like wings. Now lift the left knee up and plant the left foot on the outside of the right thigh so it's flat. Then lift the right arm up and then bring the right elbow on the outside of the left thigh and twist over to the left. Inhale. Exhale 1. Good. Inhale. Exhale 2. Inhale. Exhale 3. Inhale. Exhale 4. Inhale. Exhale 5. Good. Inhale. Come back to center line. And then exhale, counter twist. And then inhale, come center. And exhale to swing the left leg around, stepping back to a downward facing dog. Inhale, come forward to a plank. And exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale. Exhale, bend the knees, look forward. Inhale, jump the feet in between hands. Exhale, fold over the legs. Inhale, bend the knees, reach the torso up, Utkatasana. Exhale, come stand up, Tadasana. Good for you. Bring the hands together in undulating mudra. Come high on the balls of your feet like you're in high heel shoes. Pressing your inner heels together. I'm telling you, if you put your heels together, you won't wobble. Tiptoe asana. Inhale. Exhale 1. Inhale. Exhale 2. Inhale. Exhale, 3. Inhale. Exhale, 4. Inhale. Exhale, start to bend the knees, descend your seat towards your lifted heels. Now, as your seat touches your heels, open up the knees. Put the hands on the floor next to the thigh, next to the knees. Lift your knees up. Squeeze your arm bones with your knees or get your knees into your armpits. Look at the windows, not the floor, and start to tilt forward, putting more weight in your hands. See if you can get your toes to touch behind you and lift your heels up toward your butt. So that's going to activate your hamstrings and cause them to contract, and you'll balance. Exhale, 1. Inhale. Exhale, 2. Inhale, good breath. Exhale, 3. Inhale. Exhale, 4. Inhale. Exhale, gently put your feet on the floor and come sit down. I know everybody wants to jump back again. And then open up the knees. Move your heels away from the pubic bone, about 18 to 20 inches. So the feet are going to come together, big diamond shape in the middle of the legs. Bring the hands in front of the feet and the elbows in front of the knees. And then exhale, fold forward. Put your forehead on the instep of the feet. Tara Asana. Seat of the star. You listen, with your upper arms, pull yourself forward. Like it's not relaxing into this. This is still Hatha yoga. Like if you're in the yin class, you're just flopping into this and staying there. But here you can use your upper lateral muscles to pull yourself deeper into it, trying to get your forehead on your toes. Exhale, 1. Inhale. Exhale, 2. Inhale. Exhale, 3. Inhale. Exhale, 4. Inhale. Exhale, 5. Inhale. Exhale, 6. Inhale. Exhale, 7. Inhale. Exhale, 8. Inhale. Exhale, 9. Inhale. Exhale, 10. Inhale, lift the head and chest up. Now lift the knees up and open the legs up to a wide straddle, taking the legs out to the side. If you need to stagger because you're neighbors, just stagger a little bit. Dorsiflex the feet, pull the toes back toward the hips, lift the head and chest, and exhale, fold forward, holding onto the feet. Upavishta. Janu Shirshasana, or wide-legged straddle forward fold. Inhale. Exhale, 1. Inhale. Exhale, 2. Inhale. Exhale, 3. Inhale. Exhale, 4. Inhale. Exhale, 5. Inhale. Exhale, 6. Inhale. Exhale, 7. Inhale. Exhale, 8. Inhale. Exhale, 9. Inhale. Exhale, 10. Inhale, lift the head and chest. Bend the right knee. Open up the right knee to the right side. Place the right foot on the inside of the left thigh. Now twist the torso over the left leg. So there's a little bit of pulling the left shoulder back toward the wall behind you. And then exhale, fold forward, hold on to the left foot. Upavishta, Janu Shirshasana, or wide-legged Janu Shirshasana. Inhale. Exhale, 1. So here again, you want to ground, Veronique. So look. So you're trying to get up. So you're trying to twist. I would come here, ground before you touch anything up here. Always ground. Ground. Don't start where you see the problem. That's what you got to get up. Like, start with the grounding, and then it's much easier to move her. Exhale, 4. Inhale. Exhale, 5. On the inhale, lift the head and chest as you lift the right knee up. Exhale, extend the right leg to a wide straddle. Bend the left knee, open up the left knee, place the left foot on the inside of the right thigh. Now, pull your right shoulder back toward the wall behind you. Then exhale, fold forward. Now don't start with the torso. Don't touch your torso until you ground her. That hip's bad though. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Okay. That's a bad knee. Exhale 1. Inhale. Exhale 2. Inhale. Exhale 3. Inhale. Exhale 4. Inhale. Exhale 5. Inhale. Lift the head and chest up. As you lift the left knee up, exhale, extend the left leg out to a wide straddle again. Bring the legs together. Yep. Then dorsiflex the feet. Pull the toes back towards you. Lift the head and chest. And exhale, fold forward. Hold on to the feet. Paschimottanasana. This is a good old-fashioned equal forward fold after all that asymmetrical stuff. And breathe. Inhale. Exhale 1. Inhale. Exhale 2. Yep. Inhale. Exhale 3. Inhale. Exhale 4. Inhale. Exhale 5. Inhale. Exhale 6. Inhale. Exhale 7. Inhale. Exhale 8. Inhale. Exhale 9. Inhale. Exhale 10. Good. Inhale. Lift the head and chest. And exhale, hands by the hips, Dandasana, staff seat. Point the toes away from you. Take the hands behind you 6 to 8 inches. Bring the chin and the chest. On the inhale, lift the hips into incline plank. Exhale, let the head go back. Inhale. Exhale 1. Inhale. Exhale 2. Inhale. Exhale 3. Inhale. Exhale 4. Inhale. Exhale 5. Bring the chin to the chest and come down. Bend both the knees. Cross one ankle over the other. I don't care which one. Roll over the shins. Step or jump back into chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. On the inhale, come forward to plank. And exhale through bent elbows all the way onto the abdomen. Coming all the way down. Shalabhasana will be first. Squeeze the legs together. Reach the arms back toward the wall behind you. On the inhale, lift the head, chest, legs, and arms. Seat of the locust. Exhale 1. Inhale. Exhale 2. Inhale. Exhale 3. Inhale. Exhale 4. Inhale. Exhale, come down. Relax. Dhanurasana, seat of the bow, bend the knees, grab the ankles. Shift the weight from the pubic bone to the navel. On the inhale, kick the feet into the hands and lift up. Exhale 1. Inhale. Exhale 2. Inhale. Exhale 3. Inhale. Exhale 4. Inhale. Exhale 5. Gently come down. Release the feet. Second Dhanurasana. Bend the knees, grab the ankles. Shift the weight forward on your inhale. Lift up. Exhale 1. Inhale. Good. Exhale 2. Inhale. Exhale 3. Inhale. Exhale 4. Inhale. Exhale. Come down. Release. And breathe. A little of the vinyasa practice. Bring the hands next to the chest, elbows close to the ribs. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, coming forward to plank. Exhale, knees, chest, and chin. And now slide forward, cobra. Exhale, come down, roll over onto the back. Bend the knees, tickle the heels with the fingertips. Feet are about hips-width distance apart and parallel to each other. On the inhale, lift the hips, lower the middle back. And clasp the hands together and a fist underneath you. Setu Bandha Asana. Inhale. Exhale, 1. Inhale. Exhale, 2. Inhale. Exhale, 3. Inhale. Exhale, 4. You got it already tied up. Inhale. Exhale, 5. Release the hands. Come down. The upper, the middle, the lower back. It really helps, doesn't it? Place the hands next to the head. Elbows toward the ceiling. Fingers toward the shoulders. You can always come into that upward bow again, or that half bridge again. On the inhale, lift up. Good. Exhale, 1. This is so much different. Exhale, 1. I swear to God. Inhale. Exhale, 2. Inhale. Exhale, 3. Inhale. Exhale, 4. Inhale. Exhale, 5. Bring the chin and chest and come down, the upper and middle of the lower back. You're not even struggling to come up. It's amazing. I mean, sometimes it's like just the simple fact of, like, you know, putting a prop in there. Well, it's because you have so much hypermobility in joints. It's so then everything's kind of going every which way, and now this focuses the energy where you want it to go. Place the hands next to the head, elbows toward the ceiling. On the inhale, lift up for your second one. Exhale, 1. Good. Inhale. Exhale, 2. Inhale. Exhale, 3. Inhale. Exhale, 4. Inhale. Try to parallel the feet, though. Exhale, 5. Bring chin and chest and come down, the upper, the middle, the lower back. So you go out a little bit. So here's what I want you to do. Don't move your big toes. Lift your heels and go that way. Okay, so we're going to do it again, and I'll get you to do it that way. Okay, place the hands next to the head. On the inhale, lift up. Okay, now keep this where it is. Lift your heels and then move your there. Exhale, 1. Feel the difference? Inhale. Exhale, 2. So don't worry about the toes. Exhale, 3, but you can move the heels easier. Exhale, 4. Inhale. Exhale, 5. Bring the chin and the chest and come down the upper, the middle, the lower back. See, when you try to move your because there's like your weight's supposed to be equal through your feet, but we tend to put more weight in the front of the foot for this. And so when you go out, there's a lot of weight in the big toe. And so then that's hard to get back here. But if you keep that there, lift the heels and take the heels out, you'll parallel the feet again. Yeah, but think of it, let the feet, let the toes stay where you put them, move the heels. And then you'll do it every time. Yeah. Bring the knees into the chest. Give the knees a little hug. One of the things that, in the yoga practice, this idea of becoming conscious of action, I love it because it's so different from the concept of sin that I was raised in, where you were given a list of do's and don'ts and not do this. Like Patanjali gives you only 5 yamas, but he says you have to really go deep and look at like how action reciprocates. So something that I maybe didn't think was harmful years ago, I see that it could be harmful now, right? Because I'm more subtle. And that's what yoga does. It gets you to become more subtle. Let's do eagle's twist. So lift the legs up toward the sky and then put a little bend in the knees. Cross the right thigh in front of the left. Bend the left knee a little bit and hook your right foot behind the left calf. Yeah, you got to put a little bend in that knee too, just like in the standing asana version. Can't do it with straight legs. And then allow the knees to come over to the left and extend the right arm out. Look over the right shoulder, and you'll feel a little more stretch in the outside of the hip. That's why you kind of do this, the IT and the hip flexor over the outside. And breathe. Inhale. Exhale 1. Inhale. Exhale 2. Inhale. Good, everybody. Exhale 3. Inhale. Exhale 4. Inhale. Exhale 5. Now inhale, lift the legs back up into the air. Unwrap them. Keep a little soft bend. Wrap the left leg in front of the right. Hook your left foot behind your right calf. The right knee's got to be bent a little bit. If you try to straighten it, you won't get your foot back behind the calf. Then allow the knees to come over to the right. Extend the left arm out and twist over to the left. And when we talk about the concept of karma and action, you know, this isn't about sin. So your immortal soul isn't in jeopardy. What it is, though, is that you're kind of just creating a toxic environment if you're not thinking of your thoughts, words, and actions. So people who want a better world, a more harmonious world, should think about thoughts, words, and actions. That's enough. That should be good enough reason to think about it. Come back to center. Lift the legs up in the air. Unwrap. A little happy baby. Bend the knees. Hold on to the soles of the feet and just draw the knees into the armpits. So one could, you know, think about how that action, it just creates reactions. And so I'd like to have good reactions, but I can't guarantee it, right? That's the tricky thing about the concept of karma, is that, you know, sin is like a cosmic Santa Claus. You do good, you get good. You do bad, you get bad. Keep a hold of the big toes and then open up the legs to a wide straddle. Supta Upta Vishta Konasana. So reclining wide straddle, forward fold, right? It's like a little different hip opener altogether. And then bring the legs together, bend the knees into the chest, give the knees a hug again. Now, you have a couple of choices. You can just bring the legs overhead and let the toes touch the floor behind the head, come into halasana, plow seat, and lift the legs up in the air, coming into Salamba Saravangasana, all supported limb seat. Or you can get up and set yourself up for shoulder stand if you like blankets. Or you can go to the wall for Viparina Karani. Or you can come into goddess, no inversion. We'll practice a little shoulder stand followed by a little headstand. I think that the idea of looking at yamas and niyamas to understand thoughts, words, and actions is an excellent way to really deepen your yoga sadhana. You know, when I started practicing yoga, I saw those yamas as very gross. My teachers interpreted ahimsa as non-violence. So I was like, yeah, I shouldn't hit my partner when I get mad. Like, it was very gross actions. But then as I started going deeper into my yoga sadhana, the idea, somebody presented, I think it was Devdutt Panaik, presented the concept of non-violation. Wow, and that really changed that, because I was like, oh, to not violate, that's subtle. So, you know, I have to now kind of think, if I like am just being lazy and I like throw the plastic away in the water or something like that, a plastic wrapper, it's going into the fish's world, the water, and breaking down and becoming microplastics, and the microplastics are getting into the fish. And I didn't really do anything violent, but I did violate because I was not really being thoughtful. I wasn't thinking out the whole process. And it sent me on, for a number of years, it sent me on this cycle where I would just sit and I would think about the repercussions of doing something and kind of write down in a journal, like, okay, if I do this, it's going to affect this, and this is how this breaks down, and this is where this goes. It could have been something like a piece of plastic, but it could have been also something like, okay, if I'm supporting a banking system that I know is investing in certain organizations and has ties to like the dark web and the dark money that's going around, like you would just kind of, am I contributing to that? Am I violating? You will make yourself crazy. I made myself a little crazy doing that, but it really got me to start thinking about how everything is interconnected, and that yoga's starting to learn to find those connections. First, I find it with my breath. I find it with my movement. I find out, I connect what my big toe is doing and how it's affecting my hip. But then that has to be brought into a more subtler way when I like start dealing with my actions and know that every action I take isn't going to be perfect. So it's not about sin and not sinning, because not sinning is perfection. Sin is imperfection. Action is not about perfection or imperfection. It's about understanding and accepting responsibility for action. That if I do something, I'm responsible for it. I can't blame it on everybody around me or the past or in the future. If you're still in that shoulder stand, let your toes touch the floor behind the head, clasp your hands together in a fist, extend the arms away from you, halasana. So personal responsibility. And it's not mea culpa. It's not my fault, right? Here again, toxic guilt. It's just that, yes, I did that. I did that action. That was my action. Bend the knees, reach back, hold on the knee joints, Karnapidasana, ear pressure seat. And place the hands on the floor away from you. Slowly come down, one vertebrae at a time till the hips touch the floor. Then once the hips are on the floor, if you have a blanket underneath the shoulders, lift the torso up, unfold the mat, move the blanket off the side, lay down on the back, turn the palms to face upward, press into the elbows. Come onto the top of the head, fish, Matsyasana, and breathe, inhale. Exhale, 1, inhale. Exhale, 2, inhale. Exhale, 3, inhale. Exhale, 4, inhale. Exhale, 5, inhale. Exhale, 6, inhale. Exhale, 7, inhale. Exhale, 8, inhale. Exhale, 9, inhale. Exhale, 10. Press into the elbows, bring the chin and the chest to come down. Draw the knees into the chest. Give the knees a little hug. Roll over to the left side and come into a child's seat. Now we'll practice a little headstand, Salamba Shirshasana, supported head seat. I don't mind if you use walls, props, whatever you need. Blankets underneath, over the forearms. I'm all good with that. From child's seat, interlace the fingers together, make one fist. Place the head on the floor behind the wrist crease. Tuck the toes under, lift the knees up, walk the feet forward. So the hips are over the shoulders. Then, so Addie, let's not do it that way. So you got to bring, because look, this is slick as cat shit, girl. Yeah, you shouldn't, because it just, look at that. So put your forearms underneath. Now your arms are on the bamboo floor. Now put your head there. Yeah, that's much safer. You still get the same effect. Next time you can arrange it so it's not covering your eyes. But you just have more control. Squeeze, 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 squeeze. Lift your hips, lift your hips, lift your hips. Move your hips toward the wall. There's the wall. Now lift this leg up. Or try this, lift one leg in the air. Keep one foot on the wall. Lift this leg into the middle of the room. Find where you got ankle, knee, hip alignment. There's center. And then switch legs. Do that with the other leg. And like notice what you have to do in your hip to get your foot over the shoulder. So you got to contract a little bit at the front of the hip. About another 30 seconds. That's it. So that looks good. Here's what we're going to do. Let's do it one more time. Because you're almost there. The problem is you're not walking close enough. Walk, walk, walk closer. Now do it. See? So your hips were just a little too far back into the room. You got to get your hips over your shoulders. Once your hips are over your shoulders, you're in the inversion. But if your hips come back behind your chest, you're making it harder to come up. Good, good, good. Good, good, good. 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 Now hinge at your hip crease. And then slowly bring your knees into your chest and come down with control. Yeah, look at there. Good. So it's just getting the hips a little closer over the shoulders. It's that extra half step. That's the uncomfortable half step, which is like, oh. Okay. Slowly come down, resting child seat if you're still up, and breathe. You can hold on to the ankles, make a little space from the shoulders and the jaw. Inhale. Exhale 1. Inhale. Exhale 2. Inhale. Exhale 3. Inhale. Exhale 4. Inhale. Exhale 5. Inhale. Exhale 6. Inhale. Exhale 7. Inhale. Exhale 8. Inhale. Exhale 9. Inhale. Exhale 10. Slowly lift the torso up. And let's make our way into Shavasana, seat of the corpse. come lay down on the back. You can roll up a blanket and place a blanket underneath the knees. I guess that, corpse seat is kind of also an interesting concept when we talk about action, because a corpse has no action, right? A corpse can't do karma. So it's kind of interesting. Like, see, I told you, like this stuff will cause me to go down rabbit holes. But it is kind of an interesting idea, like this month, like, there's this moment in the sadhana where you become a corpse, and therefore you're incapable of action because no longer are you attached to the vehicle. And so is Shavasana also a meditation on the release of action and the accepting that, like, there's a moment in time where you're not that there is no action any longer attached to the body, or that action only is identified with the body. Karma is only identified with the body because a corpse has no action. It's interesting. It's interesting little side note and concept there to think about. Allowing the breath now just to breathe the body, close the eyes, relax at the pelvic floor, let the body be heavy, and experiencing that idea of letting go of action, a parigraha, a non-gripping. Shavasana. Gently start to deepen the breath. And as you deepen the breath, make small movements with the fingers and the toes. Stretch the arms overhead and stretch the arms and the legs in opposite directions. Stretch the right side more than the left side. Stretch the left side more than the right. And stretch both sides. Bend the knees into the chest, giving the knees a little hug. And then gently roll over to the right. Pressing the left palm into the floor, lift the torso up. And come up to a seated position for a very brief meditation practice. Once you found your seat, commit to that seat. Find stillness in the body. Find stillness in the mind. Allow the breath to deepen. There should be breath awareness. When Patanjali gives us the steps to yoga, he says, find a seat, asana, then pranayama, have breath awareness. Then 2, then 3, go inward. And then 4, focus the mind. You need something to focus on. So as you inhale, silently chant Loka Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu. And as you exhale, Loka Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu. And allow the inhales and the exhales to be filled with the mantra. Loka Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Bringing the hands together in undulating mudra, giving thanks and praise for the teachers and teachings of yoga from the past, the present, and still teachers and teachings yet to be revealed. Om Bolo Sadguru Bhagavan Ki Jai. Namaste. Thank you all. Thank you, Veronique, so much. And don't forget that there's a really wonderful sadhana practice that's happening with Ramacharya on the 30th and 31st. He's from Bengal, so he's going to, this is like getting it from the source. And it's going to be a mantra-based practice. It's not no asanas, no lectures. He's going to teach us a Ganesha sadhana, or Ganesha, his spiritual practice. He's calling it. He's using words like worship and religion. I wouldn't use those words because I think people have a reaction to them, but I understand what he's saying. He's saying he's going to teach you his tradition, what he does, which is really interesting. So it's going to be Ganesha based, Shiva's son, the elephant-headed deity. And then after 2 days of chanting, he's going to initiate us with mantra. That's what it is. It's mantra initiation. He's going to give you a mantra and you're going to learn the mantra. And then you're going to practice the mantra. And then there's going to be a homa, a fire ceremony. And then there'll be a group-based question and answers kind of thing and stuff like that. So I'm really happy that they're coming. I know that his partner, Ma Parvati, who's kind of like becoming famous on the spiritual circuit, is going to be with him. She's not going to be he's going to be conducting it, but she's going to be here in the room with us. So that's a lot of energy. So check that out. It's 2 days. There aren't like things like a full, 2-hour lunches and things like that. It's not like, but it is kind of like 3 hours in the morning and 4 hours in the evening kind of thing, of chanting. So I'm doing it. And then next month, another teacher has also reached out to us. He's visiting from India, and he was part of the organization of the Kumbh, which was just the Maha Kumbh just happened, which happens every 500 years. So if you missed this one, I did. You got to wait 500 years for the next one.